Joining us now, we're going to talk more about these national and state results. USD political analyst Nikki Usher. Good morning, Nikki.
Hi, Nikki.
Good morning.
Thanks
Great
for coming in. Busy night last night, wasn't it?
Busy night. I think nationally speaking, the big talker is that red wave becoming more of a red splash. How would you describe what we saw unfold here?
You know, I think there was a lot of hype about a big red wave coming, but I think that people were just kind of excited to see how politics might play out. You know, just a little bit of a media effect, to be quite honest. But I think we're seeing politics actually checking itself. Like, there's political polarization that's so fierce in this country that in some weird way all the deep red and all the deep blue is checking itself, you know?
Sure. And a lot of eyes on those Senate races against with Dr. Oz and Fetterman. We also have all eyes in Georgia. That's a very close race. In fact, touch on that. That race is too close to call right now, right? We might be having another election in a few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, who thought that Georgia would be a contested state at this point? And the fact that Georgia is even starting to shift blue as a state, I think is some of the most interesting political landscape changes that we've seen. You know, a lot of those votes are going to depend on mail-in ballots. That changes the game here. I mean, we used to be able to sit here and know exactly what happened in the morning. And now we're just like, do we count everything? You know?
And I will say, between Warnock and Walker, I mean, we know they have to get 51 basically percent, or almost 51, just over the 50. If not, there's a runoff. I mean, that could lead to who knows what.
Right, because we're still not sure on the balance of power as far as the Senate's concerned, right? Yeah,
I mean, we're still waiting out a couple of seats. I mean, I know that we're calling certain states. We're calling Pennsylvania for Fetterman. We're waiting to see what happens in Nevada. We're trying to kind of make some calls, but I think that honestly we got to wait till all the ballots are counted. It's only fair. And we don't know how this mail-in ballot stuff works, because this is maybe round 1.5 at best.
Yeah, we are hearing that the House, the control of the House, is looking like it is going to go red. Is that the data you're seeing?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we are seeing that, quote, flip, but let's remember that we kind of had an ineffectual Congress to begin with. And so the real question is how much Kevin McCarthy is going to be able to control his own party, because he's dealing with moderates that have been able to flip a few districts, right? And then some deep red partisans who are election deniers, and how you actually hold that together as a coalition, it's going to be interesting.
And we know a big draw that brought people to the polls, especially for this midterm, was the economy and people's pocketbooks and how much money they maybe are lacking. So as far as that goes, I mean, are you surprised with what we saw? I mean, that's why everyone was expecting more red to take over.
You know, I think that maybe the Democratic Party's last-ditch pitch to, you know, elections as free and fair being part of the American fabric maybe had sort of a counter effect to the Trump election deniers. I think everybody was posed to see the worst happen for democracy, that people who didn't believe in elections would all of a sudden be winning elections, but perfectly content to accept those results, right? J.D. Vance, I'll accept tonight's results, in Ohio. But I actually think we're seeing that the American public we got to trust them a little bit.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate your time here and your insight. And real quick, the impact of Trump on all of this. I know he wasn't on the ballot, but your thoughts real quick on the night he had. Some analysts are saying he was probably a little disappointed.
I mean, he'll never admit that, but I think Trump was repudiated in many ways. I don't want to say that too quickly, but.
Okay.
All right. Nikki Usher, thank you for your insight. Great to have you on with us.
For sure.
Thanks, Nikki. Thanks for coming on.